I'm back again. This is my second journal for my second project in my editing class. So for this project, we were given footage from a short film and we had to create our own version of it based on the paperwork that we were given and the storyline that we were given. So right now I don't have anything open on Premiere, but I'm just going to show you all the footage that I have first, or some of the clips of the footage. So once again, just going back to my project, as you can see here, I have all the footage here in these first two folders, my sequences in the third folder, and then I created a storyboard based on all the sub clips I made. I created a long version and a short version because we had to make two versions for this project. And I also have all the sub clips I made, but I organized them according to the folders that I used. And I'll talk about that in a second. Yeah, so here I have all the footage. This is all 1 through 10. There wasn't really anything in the 9th and 10th footage that I use. So I just made the sub clips 1 to 8 because that's what I primarily used. I'm going to close that off. Same for here, from 11 to 20. And I made my last one 11 to 20. So I went through all the footage, and this is just one clip that I'm going to show you an example of. Speed that up. So essentially the storyline here is that there's a young boy, it's in a post-apocalyptic world, this film, and it's titled Of the Earth. Based off this storyboard we were given, the storyline was essentially that this boy, he's all alone, his parents died, and then he meets this other young boy named Will, and they kind of form a bond, and then Will asks this boy Mikey if they want to continue their travels together, and Mikey's hesitant at first but trusts Will enough. And then in the end, we see that is not the case, that he shouldn't have been trusted. But here are the sequences that I created. Well, I made sub clips first from all the footage, so I would just go through the footage and see what was worthy, or what was good, and then I would just, of course, I would click I for in, and then hit continue, let it run until I wanted it to cut. So let's say I wanted it to stop right here, for example. I would hit O, and then I would hit Command U to make a sub clip, and then I would have titled it whatever I wanted, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want to mess up my project. But this is how you would have made a sub clip. Of course, you would have saved it. Do not hit this box. And yeah, so I made all these different sub clips from the footage that I had that I wanted to use. And like I said, I made a storyboard. So whenever I made a sub clip, it would just go into whatever version I was using it for. And in the end, that resulted in me putting together two sequences, a long version and short version. I'll show you a little bit of the short version. Here and make this shorter. I didn't use music for this, but of course a title card, and I think I let that run for a little too long. But here I show Mike sleeping first, and then we kind of jump to him. Yeah, I definitely think I had a rough time here making smoother cuts as opposed to just jump cuts. And I think I could have made the storyline a bit more clearer. It was just difficult. I think it was the first time that I've had digested through this much footage. So that was definitely something I had to tackle. But yeah, this is the short version. It had to be about 6 to 8 minutes long. I made mine 6 minutes and 40 seconds about, whereas the longer version had to be between 10 to 12. And as you can see, mine is almost 12 minutes, but not quite. It's at 11:34 right now. And I'll show you a little bit of the longer version. It's just, there was an edit stock that I added in for credits. Yeah, this is the longer version. I started off similarly as the other one. Just added a few more things in. But yeah. So that is my second project.
I'm Will.